Hey, Live, what's up, man? Hey, hope y'all having a good day. It's Tuesday, so y'all know what we do every Tuesday and Thursday, man. Right, we meet up, we have these financial conversations, and same thing, right? We can continue to do so. I'll continue to have this conversation until my book drops. Uh, but anyway, so I was riding in the car today, and a Nas song came on. I'm just listening to the radio. And it was crazy because what Nas said in the song, and I like Nas. That's he a deep dude, so I like Nas. Anyway, he came across, and the thing that caught my ear in the song was when Nas was talking about finances, right? Go figure. Nas talking about finances, and it catches my ear. So I just want to play something for y'all, and then I'll get into the Daily Nugget because they actually tie into one another. So y'all listen real quick, man. Let's see if I can get this thing to play. Oh no, not that. No, not that. Hold on. Y'all hold on. Give me a second.
I mean, Nas is one of the greatest. Can we get a chance?
Give me a second.
Real niggas ready to. I got some real niggas.
Okay, y'all listen
the
up.
code of a nigga who don't tell us say shit. $1 stay in the hood, 18 hours. In white hoods it stays for days. Why it never stay up in hours? I'm talking that black power, talking that white power. I'm talking that Latin power. We gotta go for our united.
All right, so what Nas was talking about, and so I'm gonna give it to you guys just so y'all know I'm not like making this up, man. And I've been battling like giving anything from my book because I kind of worked really hard on my book, and I want it to be a surprise for the readers or a reward for the readers if they take something from it. So I didn't want to give too much, but when I heard it today, right, it was kind of like an epiphany, and I was like, you know what? I don't care. I'm definitely gonna talk about this because for Nas, for me to hear it in Nas's song, I'm like, you know what? Whatever. So just so you guys know, right, that I'm not like freaking making sense. So this, what Nas is talking about, right, it's been in my manuscript like over a year, right, since I wrote the book. So I'm gonna read to you what it says, right? So it was an article published, and the article just simply talks about the circulation of the dollar, right? So it says that the dollar circulates in the Asian community for a month, in the Jewish community for approximately 20 days, in the white community for 17 days, and then it asks, how long does a dollar circulate in the black community? And the answer to that was 6 hours. So again, in the Asian community for a month, the Jewish community for 20 days, the white community for 17 days, and it says that a dollar only stays in the black community for 6 hours before it goes to another community. And to my Hispanic friends, I didn't write the article, you know what I mean? So I don't know why they left you guys out. Maybe it just wasn't enough data. But those were the communities that they added. That's kind of alarming, you know what I mean? It's kind of scary. And those communities are, typically close-knit communities for the most part. The Asian community, at least, and probably more so maybe the Jewish community. But either way, they spend and buy things in their own community. And because of that, right, the dollar obviously is circulating around. In the black community, right, obviously, whatever it is that our community is purchasing, it's not within the own community. So it's fine to absolutely explore other cultures, explore other communities. You should do that. I think that's what expands your horizon. But at the same time, you should also understand that the only way that your community expands, grows, gets bigger, and becomes financially stable is if you invest in it. So just keep that in mind when you're out spending money. Keep in mind what you're spending money on, as we've had that discussion before. But just understand, right, that what's reflected in your community is a direct reflection of how you spend your money, right? So if the playgrounds are shitty, if the small businesses are scarce, it's probably because you're not spending no money, right? You're not going to, as I like to call it, where I grew up, the hole in the wall. I know me personally, when I stop in a new place and I'm always on the move because of my job, I like to find a hole in the wall. A, I think they have the best food in the world in the hole in the walls. But B, um, I like to support local chains. Now that they don't have to necessarily look like me. Like it can be a nice little Hispanic joint, right? It might be an Italian spot. It might be whatever, and that's fine, right? Because everybody has their preferences. But again, just understand the information that I just gave you and saying, hey, the black dollar only stays in your community, right? If you're brown or you look like me for 6 hours. And again, that's scary going forward for the future, for children, for our children. So man, just be thinking about that, right? So that is my daily nugget for the day. Keep it short and sweet. Again, this is kind of near and dear to my heart because it came out of my book, and to hear Nas rapping about it, it just kind of blew my mind. No shock that Nas is rapping about it because Nas is a deep guy. But listen, man, support local businesses. That's cool. But also don't forget to support local businesses and put your dollar back in your community. It's important. It's important that you guys do that. Again, I'm going to give it to you one more time. This is an article published about the circulation of the dollar, the black dollar specifically. And it says the dollar circulates in Asian communities for a month, in Jewish communities for 20 days, in white communities for 17 days. The dollar circulates in the black community for 6 hours. And my book will go into more details whenever it comes out if you guys buy it. But I'll just read the sentence after that. It says African American buying power is at 1.1 trillion, and yet only 2 cents of every dollar an African American spends in this country goes back into a black-owned business. That goes into something else in my book, right? That's neither here nor there. But just understand what I'm saying, right? So be mindful of where you spend your money, man. As always, like, comment, share. For my kind of avid listeners or my faithful listeners to this, if y'all want to hear a topic specifically, feel free to comment, feel free to inbox me or whatever and let me know. I'll make sure that I do my research if I don't already know about it, and we can definitely have that discussion on Thursday or at some other time. So I appreciate the love, I appreciate the support, man. Y'all be good. I'm gonna continue to do what I do, and in support of educating the urban community, educating the youth, educating myself first and foremost, but definitely trying to help educate my people. So I'll see y'all Thursday, man. Appreciate y'all for listening, man. Peace.